Hello there. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the AI bubble, but looking at it as the view of history, how things have changed in technology, and the Gartner Hype Cycle. So let's get into it. Uh, the AI bubble is all over the place right now. People are talking about what's it doing to the market, what's it doing to technology. I like to think of it through the Gartner Hype Cycle. So, and I'll link to these links down below, and we'll just look at the hype cycle itself. So, the hype cycle is when a technology first comes out. You have people who are technology enthusiasts. Some people might call us evangelists, who really like technology and like to play with it. So when something new comes out, there's a lot of interest in that community, and you see this huge spike, and it gets thrown into all sorts of crazy places. And AI, we definitely have seen it thrown into some interesting and kind of crazy places. And eventually you get to a peak. And I thought we had reached that peak, but I'm not quite sure. But then people start to realize that, hey, this maybe doesn't belong here. And it gets pulled out of some of those, or at least it gets minimalized. It's not in everything. And there's some disillusionment that happens. But there's still some really good places where it gets put into. So when I think about AI, I am very much looking, if I'm thinking about this area, I'm looking about how it's going to be used in robotics. I think that's something that's really going to be a wonderful and scary combination. So, but we have this huge spike, and then we kind of fall off a cliff for a little bit before we come up and plateau. Now, I mentioned I want to talk this a little about with the history, and that's because we've seen this before. In fact, I am what I like to refer to as a digital immigrant. The internet didn't exist when I was a little kid, so I'm old. It came out as I was in college, and that's when we really started to use it. So I'm a digital immigrant. The youth now are digital natives. I think that change of the internet coming into our lives was pivotal for society and did a lot of good and bad. I think we're at the point in time where AI is doing the same. So all of us right now are AI immigrants. AI is not yet stabilized. It's still changing so many things. Now, young children, like in the early stages of elementary school, maybe AI natives. Anyone trying to sell you on making you an AI native, that makes no sense. We're immigrants. We are all AI immigrants. So, as we think about that, let's look at the history of the internet with that. So I have the life science internet history. So back in '93 is when we started getting web browsers. '95 is when Amazon and stuff came out. So there's this image. I wish it was decent. It's not. I tried to get AI to make it better, and it's still messed up pretty good. So 93 is when the browsers were coming out. And then Amazon is 95. So I don't see a lot of good stuff on this. Is kind of messed up. But at least this gives you a general idea of how things came. I wish that someone needs to remake this image so it's usable. But you can see just the craziness that's exploded. And talking to people in college, young adults in college right now, they have a hard time imagining life without Google. They have a hard time imagining life without Netflix. So I think we're going to get to a point where we have people that are natives in AI that have a hard time imagining life without their AI assistants. I'm a digital immigrant. We are all AI immigrants. Anyway, I hope that this sheds a little bit of light on the impact that I think AI is going to have, and gives you a little bit of a context as to something that has changed and is in your life and what AI has the potential of becoming. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.